Welcome to Big Blend Radio with travel writer Linda Kissam, the food, wine, and shopping diva. Woohoo! Today, Diva Linda Kissam is taking us to Sidney, British Columbia, not Australia, because I thought, wow, I know she spends her summer, her and her husband Alan spend their summers up in the Pacific Northwest in Canada. But when I saw the article come in about Sidney, I thought, man, you really did some sailing this year. But there is a harbor. This looks absolutely beautiful where you are. So it's like nature. You're close to Butchart Gardens, right? That's a big deal for you. And parks, beautiful waterways, shopping, and high tea. I mean, this is a diva destination.
Wonderful. I love it. It's one of my favorite to do every year for my birthday, actually. And we go to Sydney Harbor about 3 times during the summer vacation. But one of those times could be for tea. This year we took the boat to Victoria right in front of the Empress Hotel. But in Sydney, it is so easy to get to Victoria by bus. Canada has a wonderful transit program, and you can just get anywhere. And Sydney is a great place to take your boat. It's one of the most expensive places to moor your boat. I think it's closer to like $200 a night. This is like a hotel. I mean, it's real interesting. Wow. But anyway, Sydney is kind of central. You can take a bus to Victoria and have high tea if you like, or walk the wonderful shopping area. It improves every year. Or you can take the bus to Butchart Gardens. Very easy. And the great thing about those 2 places on the bus is you get to see all the little towns and stuff getting there. And I would highly suggest when you get to Victoria to make time for not only high tea and shopping, but go on the hop-on, hop-off bus. You only need to do it once. It's rather expensive. I think it's like $40-something now per person. But it takes you all the way around from Victoria, way through Sydney. And you get to see the little towns and the little shopping. And there's some great markets and so forth that you can go to and hop on, hop off one time. All good. Oh. Anyway, so the beauty of Sydney, if you don't want to do anything else but Sydney, when you moor your boat, it's clean, it's beautiful, it has wonderful laundry facilities if you need that.
That's a big deal.
Big deal. And right in that marina, you take what they call the spirit bus, and it takes you to a little island about 20 minutes away from the marina. The bus is so popular. Tons of people go. Tons of groups go on this, and the boat's not that big, and it's a little hardy. It's not a fancy boat. So you get on it and you go over there 20 minutes, and what people do is they sunbathe. You can walk around. You can do shell looking. People, of course, love to get shells and just anything you can think of. But it is so popular for the locals, and tours book their people on it as well. And anyway, it's in the marina, and you see it from your boat. And then,
so is this part of the Gulf Islands National Park Reserve? Is that the same place?
I don't know about that. It could be, but I don't remember seeing that. It might be. They've left it sort of native. So there's no restaurants on there. There's no, whatever you want to eat or sit on or do whatever you bring with you.
Okay.
It's very, very native, and people just love it, as I said. And we've not gone on it yet. We can't even get on the bus. I mean, you have to like make reservations and stuff to get on that thing. And that's not a bus, it's a boat. Anyway, so.
But it's a water bus.
A water bus. That's a very good explanation.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you want to, the town, which the main street is Beacon Street, it has the shops. So it takes about 10 minutes to walk from your boat through the marina up and to Beacon Street. And that's where all the shops and so forth are. And I just see that they added a cannabis shop. I hadn't seen that before. And I didn't think Canada was that liberal, but they do. And it has the best bakery ever in the world. It's just called.
That's why the cannabis shop is there.
Probably so I think I run over there.
Get some
So,
brownies. Sorry.
so there's usually a line, and they do have wonderful brownies. There's a line always there. Locals and of course tourists and people
Mm.
buy tons of stuff. The wait can be a little bit because people buy, 12 donuts and 12 pieces of 12 breads and 12 this and 12 that because it sells out early. So if you go early.
Good tip.
Yeah, everything. The brownies are really popular. They're so busy that this time, for the first time, there were no cakes. They have beautiful cakes. And I was going to buy a birthday cake. And so I go in there and there's no cakes. I said, well, where's the cakes? Well, we don't have enough staff to keep up with the regular orders and the to-go orders. So we can't do the cakes until we find somebody to come and help us. So that's good. That's really good. It's just wonderful. And then from Beacon Street, then the tea shop is on there, and you can go buy tea, and that's quite exciting.
And that's the Empress, right?
No, there's an actual tea shop. I think it's called Janice Tea Shop, and it's give you a picture so you'll see it. So it's nice, it's wonderful. So just you go in and have tea. They have samples of tea. So it's a retail store. It's a retail store where you can buy tea to go. And of course, that's very fascinating to me. There's art galleries, there's restaurants, there's Sydney is a mix of people, of nationalities and cultures. And so it's quite exciting to go. We stock up at their market there. There's a big market, and it's very exciting to go in because they have a wonderful collection of Asian foods of all sorts. All their offerings are interesting because they have such national. I think they even had like a section for Filipino food, and so you can see what I'm talking about. And so when you walk the streets, it's very multicultural and it's quite exciting. It's very, very nice. And then from there, you can go on the waterway. They just call it the waterway. And there's sculptures that you can see, which are really beautiful.
Wow.
Water is gorgeous. Views forever. You can go to the Funky Fish Market. You can see the picture of that and go in. And they didn't want pictures this time, so I couldn't get any pictures, but probably maybe next year someday they'll have a new manager. But people go in there. Of course, you can buy any kind of fish you want. And you probably know fish is very expensive. I don't care whether it's in Washington or whether it's in Canada. It's about $40 a pound for salmon, if you can believe that.
What?
It's very, very expensive. And everybody should go through that because it's a really funky experience. And then there's a cafe right across from it. Very nice. And you can sit and you can see the views. And their clam chowder is award-winning, but it's very different than what we might think of as New England clam chowder. They don't do that. They do Canadian clam chowder. Sort of like it, but not. Just be warned. I had forgotten about that. And taste is still good, but it is not the kind of clam chowder there. So
Yeah, what you think. Yeah. So but this sounds really like just a beautiful destination. And the one thing too, I love that you're, getting fish and, but this is important to me that there's a distillery. I'm just, I had to go there.
There is that, and the long nature walk highway is wonderful too, walkway. So the distillery is open, I think, Wednesday through Sunday. They have 3 types of tastings, all include a tour. Now, this is not a huge building, so I'm pretty sure the actual tour of the distillery, you probably get to see the pots and stuff. And then they take you for a tasting. You can buy a tasting for $7, $35, or $75. I think the $35 one is a guided tasting, which is really nice. The $75 one is you make your own. They give you the ingredients.
Oh, you get to blend.
Which is, I think, a really great thing. If you've never been to a blending party or a blending event, they are wonderful. Go, go, go. Yours is never going to taste like theirs, but it's yours, and it's interesting when you're trying to smell and put things together and you're watching other people do it. So anyway, it's a great place to go. There's some food there, not a lot, but there's some food and souvenirs. Gin, they have gin, a lot of gin, and it's a really nice place. In the cooler cities, wood is everywhere, right? So if you're in California or the hotter climates, wood is not big, right? But
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So it's always shocking when you see everything in wood, but it's really nice and it's very busy. People love it. It's right on that water walkway and
Fun.
surrounded by 3 restaurants, I think. It's really nice. I mean, Sydney is just clean and it's nice and it's safe and
Sounds like
it
you should
has
move there.
well, we have thought about mooring our boat there.
Yeah.
It would make it a lot easier for us to travel in the summer and cut out the 3 or 4 days that it takes to get up there. So we've thought about it many times, but once again, Sydney is really expensive, very
Yeah.
expensive. Yeah. So anyway, we thought about it. We might.
And now you got a boat keeper in
Yeah,
Tacoma that watches over.
that's right. You have to have
Yeah.
a nanny for your boat when you're not there. You have to have somebody. You have to have a plaque or a sign or something in your window during the winter that says, if the boat explodes or, you have an
Oh,
oil leak or something, here's who you call. So
hmm.
we have to do that. We have a nice man who does that for us.
Love that. So the other thing too, and by the way, I've had blended spirits. A friend of ours went over to Europe and the Czech Republic, and she went from the Czech Republic she went to Auschwitz and all of that kind of stuff. But while she was in the Czech Republic, she went to a moonshine. It was like a moonshine blending thing. And she came back with it stuffed in her suitcase. I don't know how she got it through, but she did. And she manages to take other things over. I'm like, "You're really taking those gummies with you?" And she's like, "It's vitamins."
Put them in a vitamin bowl. Yeah.
She's a world traveler big time, yet she gets anxiety getting on a plane. So she's like, "I need my gummies." And I'm like, "You're seriously taking those?" Yes. She gets over there, comes back with moonshine. And it was 4th of July. She comes home on 4th of July. And we sat having hot dogs with American flags, drinking Czech moonshine. I thought it was the best. But I had no idea. But it was not quite moonshine, but she put like chamomile in it. And it was this whole other flavor that you've just never thought of. And then she had a couple for her kids, and somehow those got opened up. So they didn't get Christmas presents because we drank them. But it was so much fun. And so for her, it was such a memorable thing to do, not just to drink it. It was really the active of it and understanding and learning. And, so I think when you're traveling, I know you love that kind of thing where you actually go to a cooking class or do something. But I do want to ask about this because this is airing the day before National Buy a Book Day, right?
Yes. Yes.
And
Yes.
so this is a literary town, right?
They have bookstores everywhere, and
Oh,
some are prominent, and it's very easy to find. Some you have to get a map and sort of walk around outside of Beacon Street. But the books are plentiful, and it's just a very exciting experience. And sometimes you look at a shop and you think, is that a bookstore or is that something else? But you can just go in and ask. Anyway, yep, it's wonderful. If you want to just go for the atmosphere, it's booky. It's just it smells
we
wonderful. People are wonderful. You can look at all the stuff. A very attractive place for everybody to go.
The other thing to go to, and everyone, Diva Linda always has an article, and it is linked in the episode notes. You can also go to nationalparktraveling.com because there are parks all over these areas that she goes to, and the Sidney Spit is part of the Gulf Islands National Park Reserve. I had to revisit your article there, so you can go kayaking and all this good stuff, right? The Sidney Spit, I like that. And that's the water bus that we call it. It's a passenger ferry. There we go. That's the term. But I like the water bus. I like that.
It says
I
what
like.
it is, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. The Shaw Center for the Salish Sea, and I just like saying Salish Sea. I feel like I want fish and chips, even though I don't eat fish, but the, I feel like I need that kind of, are there fish and chip shops? Like, I know you were talking about fish earlier, but
Fish is so expensive now that the fish restaurants are sort of few, even though Sydney is right
oh,
on the water and stuff. There's not as many as there used to be. It's just very expensive. But
wow.
yeah, I know that. It comes and goes, and I hope that price. I mean, it's been the last 2 years. It's just been ridiculous. But when this like salmon, if you like salmon, which I do, are running, the price is down.
Okay, so it's where it's an abundant time. Okay, so this has to do with how much fish is in the sea. So yeah, tell us about the Shaw Center for the Salish Sea because this is like an
So,
education center for people, right?
People people take their children there, especially. It's an aquarium sort of atmosphere. If you first go in, I love this. When you first go in, they have the shop in first. So you and the kids are running around trying to get the stuffed toys and the this and the that. Anyway, then you go first. So first you got to go to the gift shop. Then you go into they make you sort of, it's like a puzzle, and you just sort of go here and there, and you look up and there's fish swimming above you, and it's
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, it's very cool. And they change the exhibits and yearly, I guess, according to whatever's trending. But it's lovely. It's a great experience, especially for children,
Mm,
especially. But adults love it as well. I loved it. I was all by myself. I think it was on a tour or something, and it was very nice. Very
mm.
go. It's not that expensive, and it's a really not. They really take good care of this. They're good stewards of the animals, of the fish that are in there. They all look happy, and nothing's floating on the top.
So, a British Columbia happy fish.
There, it's a happy fish place. It's really nice, and it's easy to get to, and there's a great dress shop right across the street.
Oh, here comes the reality.
Very, very nice. Is my favorite one.
Oh,
And yeah, and yeah, so go. That's a
yeah.
really all I listed about six of my favorite things or seven of my favorite things
Mm.
in the article. And of course, go ahead.
I was going to say the pier. That to me, I love a good pier. Like when we lived in San Diego, I used to go to the Oceanside Pier because you
Yep,
get a mile walk in. And I think
yep,
it's a
yep.
mile there. I don't know if the whole thing's a mile or it's a mile once you've done the whole thing. But when you get to the edge, there was a Ruby's there, I think it was. And we used to go have,
Yes.
wine or like go because and you're on the
uh,
beach and you can get your French fries or your fish and chips or
It's
whatever. Walking the pier with an ice cream cone, like, does it get better than that in life?
fabulous. Yes. And there's a diamond shop right couple. The walkway is beautiful. If you have a dog with you,
Oh,
dogs
yeah.
are welcome everywhere. And it's a
That's
great
good.
place to walk them. It's a great place to sit, and they have sometimes they have music events, which are very nice because it's so expansive. The walking part is so expansive that they have places to sit and listen to whatever bands they bring in and so forth. I mean, this is a well thought out town that has an active event center, and everything is so clean and nice, and cars are sort of restricted, not 100%, but enough to so that it's not annoying. There's just not a lot of parking, I'll tell you that. So they
Okay.
want spots in or parked. They don't have. There's no large entities other than maybe one hotel, and that's about it. So yeah, it's a
Magic. Like a magical little place, you know?
so easy to get around. I mean, they've made it so that you're not walking 50 miles. It's just really, really nice. I really enjoy myself. There are benches everywhere. You need to sit.
Mm.
They put flowers everywhere that with up, down, all around. It's just, and of course the flowers are beautiful, and of course the walk is really nice too. So besides the waterway walk, there's another walk that I think that's 18 miles or so, and you can pick it up right there in Sydney, and all the things you see, they're just
Oh,
beautiful. Yeah, just really
it
nice.
sounds like it should be in a Hallmark movie.
I think so. It would be really nice.
Yeah.
Oh, the houses are really unique, especially
Mm-hmm.
on the trail when you get to see them. They're really nice. And I don't know.
Mm,
I like seeing that. I like seeing their gardens. Everybody has it because everything
mm.
grows so well in Canada and in Washington. Flowers are everywhere.
I love that. I love that. I love a good that's what I love about dog walking. Walking with dogs is they're slow and they want to sniff everything and while you're there you're like while you're sniffing that I'm like peeking in at what the person's grown in their yard, you know? I'm not being nosy about everything, but I'm nosy about their plant. You know what I mean? And it's
Well, oh
like
yeah, no, they're so beautiful. People know
mm,
that the walkers and the bike riders and stuff are really looking for that kind of experience. Not everybody, but many of us, especially the tourists and the boat people who are there because there's an entrance from
Mm,
the marina onto the trail.
that's
It's
cool.
just lovely. You can walk forever. I mean, it's just really, really nice. If you're fit, you can have a great walk there.
Nice. Well, it sounds like a good time. So I know next month you're going to take us to the South Sound. Is that right?
South Sound, that's right. It's one of those quote hidden gems of cruising in Washington State. So it's if you know where Olympia is, that's the sort of South
Mhm.
Sound adventure. And I'm going to talk about 3 places to take your boat and what you can expect. And there's a farmer's market. It is one of the most
Oh,
fabulous ones ever. And a Chihuly shopper presentation art gallery. It's really beautiful. So lots to do in the South Sound, but not many people take advantage of it. They tend to go up into the San Juans
okay.
and I think the San Juans are the number one place that boaters love to go. There's lots to do up there. It's easy to moor your boat and so forth. And then after that it's Canada. You know, Canada has everything. And then, but what do people go to the South Sound? But my yacht club had a event. And it was 3-day event, and we got to go to 3 different marinas. And
I'm thinking we're going to have to do a Diva Linda Goes Sailing magazine. All these, because I'm thinking about over the years how we've had all these stories of all these different ports and harbors and how like you've
never
gone
ending.
from okay, what the heck are we doing to like, answering all these questions about sailing. Like I had no idea you would tell me what happens with, the toilet stuff and the this and that and
That,
alternators doing
yeah,
I'm like, Diva Linda's education on sailing has
Lord
just
knows.
gone. It's amazing. Did you ever think that? Like, you'd number one, be doing this, and then number two, this whole change of lifestyle. It's pretty darn exciting, I think. I love
I,
hearing these stories.
certainly, Washington State is beautiful. I was telling you earlier off show, Washington has so many parks.
Hmm.
I don't care where you live or where you go, including boating. They are fantastic with assisting boaters with places to moor, or to be what we call on the hook, which is you just out, you drop your anchor and
Listen to this, y'all.
you take your skiff and you go on to the sand and woods, and I mean it's just quite beautiful now. So there's always somewhere to go, something to do. I saw one of the ladies that went to our event just a couple days ago left our event to go see the sand dollar, and apparently there's a season for sand dollar.
Oh my gosh, that is special.
So I saw her in the middle of the water holding a
Sand
sand
dollaring.
dollar.
She was sand dollaring. I don't know.
With sand dollaring. I'm doing that next year. We're going to sand dollar. So there you are.
Oh, I can't wait. I love this. I love it. Diva Linda's Adventures. And if she's going to go sand dollaring, that means that Alan knows that new shoes are coming into existence because
Oh, a necklace.
see, look at that. That is beautiful. Oh, is that mother of pearl? Because
No,
it,
no, these are diamonds. This is
oh,
diamonds. Oh, there you go.
oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
she did say there
You
was a
know,
diamond store.
what I really meant was that you can get a sand dollar necklace.
That's nice.
Well, I'm going to have to research that, but we'll do that next year for absolutely sure. That's in the South Sound. See, something different. Never
Yeah.
done that before.
And you have to have special shoes for it.
And I do. You have to have special boots.
You have to have different shoes for each activity. If you're walking the dog, that is different than taking a walk on your own.
Well, absolutely. And depends on where you're going. Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Shopping is key. I know we're going to have to do another shopping show. I think I want to do a dog-friendly destination show with different
Boy.
people coming on. Our friend Steve and Karen just did the Bourbon Trail in Kentucky as a dog-friendly thing, found dog-friendly lodgings and all kinds of, and even like they went to Buffalo Trace Distillery. Everyone, this podcast is coming up, and they're dog-friendly.
Well, why not? More and more people have their dogs.
Yeah. We go to, as we travel across country, we go to rest areas. I know you do too, right? And we always park at the pet area. And the last we were crossing into Oregon from Idaho, and you've probably been to that rest area. Who knows with the way we all travel, right? And I got to hang out with 2 Dalmatians, and I love Dalmatians. This is a brother and sister. And, I know this sounds crazy, but we go in between of having no animals, like it's kind of weird for us. We have to have animals.
Good place, yeah, because there's lots of them. They're very different. I know when we stop at the rest stops, we have a Scotty. You don't see Scotties very much on the West Coast. You see them more on the East Coast. And people are just fascinated with them. And there's some cartoon that features a Scotty. I don't know what it is, but so the little ones, it's a Scotty or mixed Scotty or something like that. And, they want to run over and hug her. She's not a, she doesn't do children real well because she hasn't been around them.
You know what? Isn't there a Scotty on the tins of shortbread?
Yes. Yes, and anybody that is here from Ireland, Scotland, and the UK are just so excited to see a Scotty.
Yeah.
I'm surprised at the number of people who used to have Scotties when they were young, but they've sort of disappeared. I don't know. They are difficult to find when you want to buy one. So there you are.
Well, Diva Linda, it's got to have something special. There is no run of the mill for her. So thank you so much. Who knew we were going to talk about dog sand dollars? And, I'm looking forward to next month going to the South Sound and hearing more about it. And so everyone stay tuned. Diva Linda is here every first Saturday because she has to be first. And again, the link is in the episode note, and you can keep up with Diva Linda at allingoodtaste.info. Thanks so much, Diva Linda. Thank you for listening to Big Blend Radio's Lost to Angel Travel Adventure Show with Linda Ballou, travel writer and author. Keep up with her at lindaballauthor.com and lostangeladventures.com. You can also keep up with Big Blend Radio at bigblendradio.com. Now, happy traveling.